guys, welcome to this episode of Kim in the Kitchen. Today is Wednesday, and guess what came? Yay! So, I'm going to do an unboxing video, and I have a few meals in here, and we're going to look at the meals, see what the food looks like that come in the box, how it's packaged, and give you guys an update on the meals once we cook them. I'm hoping to be able to cook a meal for y'all today, but definitely go through the box, look at all the goodies, and see what all's in here. This is the first time I've done Everyplate. I've done other ones in the past, but I wanted to do a review on this one. We will open this box up, see what all's in here, and decide whether we're going to continue with this or try another one. So here we go. Let's see what we can do. All right, so let's get this box open. All right, I just got off of work. It's about 3:30. It's about what time I get home from school. So, and this had got dropped off at 2:45. So I was able to come straight home, and it was on my porch waiting on me. So the first thing I see is the instructions for our meals. So I have 3 different meals that I chose. So I have 3 different recipes. Pork chops, jalapeno gravy, panko crusted marinara chicken, and tomato cream chicken linguine. So that's our 3 recipes. And then they gave me like some extra little stuff there. We'll go through that in a minute. So first thing, it's packed in this temperature fresh box. All right, and on the top are all the things that don't have to be refrigerated. So these are our breadcrumbs. We have some marinara sauce, 2 different ones of those. Then I have the stuff that's colder, which is the cheese, 2 packs of cheese. I have some sour cream, my seasonings, and some cream cheese. I have ciabatta bread, 2 packages of linguine. I have 2 packages of potatoes, 2 packs of Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. Green onions, and this is all super cold. I have fresh Roma tomatoes, my favorite. Some of the seasonings fell out, so those go in that seasoning box, but it's all really cold. I have 2 packages of carrots, a jalapeno, an onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and then the box. Let's get that box out. Under that is my ice pack that's still frozen hard. Still some, but it still froze really hard. So FYI, these are fantastic to put back in your freezer, and I use them when I'm going to the grocery store in the summertime. I put them in a cooler because if I go get meat or something like that, it's a good trip to my house from the grocery store. That way my meat, my milk and stuff like that doesn't get hot. So I keep these and put them in like my Yeti or whatever when I go somewhere. They're very good. That way when you get somewhere, it's not wet because you've got your ice pack. Okay, so my meat is, I have 2 packages of pork chops, boneless pork chops, so 2 packs of those, and I have 4 packs of chicken. Oh, the chicken's still frozen. So I have 4 packs of chicken. This is all farm fresh chicken with no antibiotics, and I really like their chicken. This is the same chicken like you get from HelloFresh or wherever. So 4 packs of chicken, 2 packs of pork chops, and it is still frozen hard. So, and it was 98 degrees here today, so with a heat index. So I'm telling you, and it comes with 2 ice packs. There's another ice pack down there in the bottom, and this really thick stuff to keep it cool. So that is it. So that is it for my Everyplate box, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna put this stuff in the refrigerator, and then we will decide which meal we're gonna cook tonight, and I will bring you guys along. All right, you guys. All right, I have everything unboxed from our Everyplate box. Have all of my ingredients washed and ready. I got the chicken open. We're gonna do the tomato cream chicken linguine. So I have some water on to boil. I'm gonna chop up my tomatoes and stuff here, and then we're gonna cook our chicken and everything over there and get it all ready. So for the first meal, it says prep time is 10 minutes and it cooks in 30. And it has everything with it, so nothing was missing. It also says that you'll need kosher salt, black pepper, butter, and olive oil. So that's all you need, other than what the ingredients are that they sent to you, and everybody pretty much has those things. So what we're going to do to begin with is chop up the Roma tomatoes and get the garlic chopped up and get it ready for the pan, and then we'll get over there and get started on the other stuff. So it says number one, I'm going to read the instructions to you. Number one is bring a large pot of salted water to a boil, which I have. Wash and dry your produce and peel and finely chop your garlic. Dice your tomatoes, pat your chicken dry with paper towels, and season all over with Italian seasoning and salt. Okay, so I have my chicken all rinsed off, dried with a paper towel. I'm gonna put the Italian seasoning that it came with, the salt, kosher salt, and pepper of my own on there. So I'm gonna get you guys where y'all can see. All right, so my chicken, I'm gonna cut these open. And I'm just going to sprinkle it in here, and then we will mix it all together. Mix that all up. And this is just Italian seasoning on this chicken. So then we'll put our salt and our pepper. We'll be liberal with the salt because it is chicken. And pepper. All right. Okay, so that's all seasoned up and ready. It says at this point, we're going to set this to the side, and I'm going to heat a drizzle of olive oil in a large pan over medium heat. Add the chicken and cook, stirring occasionally until brown, and cook thoroughly 4 to 6 minutes, and then turn the heat off and transfer to a plate. Wipe out your pan. So I'm going to put my chicken over here. We're going to get to cutting on our tomatoes and get them ready to go in the pan in a few minutes. So we'll bring our tomatoes over here. They're washed. Make sure they're all good and dry. Now we're going to chop these tomatoes up and put them in a bowl and to get ready for our tomatoes in the pan with the chicken. Okay. All right, so we'll just chop all these up. All right, so we got all of our tomatoes chopped up. We're going to put that over here with our chicken. I'm going to clean up this mess, and then I'm going to get ready for our garlic. Next step is cutting up our garlic. It doesn't say how many cloves. So 3 to 6 cloves is what it says. So we'll cut up 3 to 6 cloves of our garlic once I get it out of here. Throw all this away. Okay, so I have 5 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to go ahead and smash those so they'll peel easily. Get those peeled so I can chop them. If you'll smash it like that, they'll just pop right out of the little skin. That way you don't have all that on your garlic. I love garlic. I love the smell of it. A lot of people don't, but I do. I think it is fantastic. Garlic's also really good for your heart, so if you have heart issues, you should eat more garlic. Alright. One more. That'll be our 6. Okay, so that is our 6 cloves of garlic peeled, and now we're going to go ahead and chop those up. All right. I like to pretty finely chop mine. Because you don't want to bite into a huge hunk of garlic when you're eating pasta. So just make sure you get it pretty fine. You can also kind of mash it down a little bit. And another trick is if you'll take a little bit of your kosher salt, because you're going to need that anyway, and just sprinkle that on top of your garlic and then rub it, it'll mince it up a little better for you. Alright, so that is our garlic, all minced and ready. Alright, so we'll take this over to our pan as well. Now we're going to go over to our pan and get it ready for the chicken to go in. I'm going to take all of these ingredients over there and get ready to get started on our chicken. Alright, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and heat my pan up on medium between 3, 4, and 5, somewhere around in there. Mine gets really hot, so I try not to do it too hot. I'm going to drizzle some olive oil because that's the only other thing that I'd ask for besides some butter. I'm going to get this pan good and hot, and then we're going to go ahead and cook this chicken in it. My water is about up to a boil, so it's almost time for the fettuccine to go in. So we'll just wait for this pan to heat up, and then we'll get this all going. While my pan is heating and my water is coming to a boil, I'm actually going to put some of these breadsticks in the oven because it did not come with a bread. So because it's pasta, I just thought I would do a side bread to go with it. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven. I'm going to get my oven preheated to 375, get them on a pan and get them ready. Alright, so our pan is getting heated up. So it's for number 1, we've done number 1, we're heating our pan up, we've got our water boiling. So in just a minute we're going to add our pasta to our water. So I feel like this is a pretty easy meal. I feel like if you can read instructions, you can pretty much make this meal, which is just about any recipe, is just reading instructions. And if you can do that, you can pretty much do anything. If you can read, you can pretty much do anything. So this one's pretty simple. I feel like it feeds a lot because it is pasta, and as you know, pasta makes things go a little further. But I feel like that's a really good bit of chicken. It's 4 full breasts cut up, so, and there's only 3 of us here tonight, so it is going to be plenty. But I feel like it's super easy. It's just chopping a little bit, cooking a little bit, putting it all together, and then that's the meal. So it's not rocket science by any chance. It's not brain surgery. It's just cooking a little bit and getting everything ready, and it's all packaged, so you didn't have to go to the grocery store and pick anything up. It's already packaged and ready. All of the ingredients are on each sheet, and it tells you exactly what to do when, and I just feel like it works out good. I can't do this every week, but I do it every once in a while just because something different. Like, you can get some different recipes, and then you get to keep these. So hey, when I go to the grocery store, and if I like that meal, let's make this. All of your ingredients are right here at the bottom. It tells you exactly what you need. So it's super simple. So you just keep your recipe card. You can use this recipe forever. So It comes, Everyplate is a meal you can get, a meal box you can get every week. They give you 16 meals a week to choose from beef to seafood to pork to chicken. They have vegetarian dishes. So it's a huge variety of stuff, and you can pick whatever you want. Some of the meals are a little bit more, like if you choose a ribeye for one of the meals, it may be a little bit more per serving. But with chicken, pork, whatever that I've done, it's just the regular price. Everyplate is somewhere between $3 something and $4.99 a serving, which is really not that bad. And depending on what you pick, I feel like it's pretty comparable to grocery store prices. I mean, chicken breasts are expensive, and so is, you know, beef now. So I feel like it's pretty comparable. This box would have cost me $60 for 3 meals. So I feel like that's really not bad at all. Especially to feed my family. So 3 meals for $60. I mean, if I went out to eat one time, it would cost me $60. So it is what it is. So our pan is heated and ready for our chicken. So we're going to go ahead and put our chicken in the pan. Get you guys where y'all can see. And we're going to pour our chicken in there. So, like I said, that chicken was already chopped up like that when I pulled it out of the pack. So I did not have to chop any of that. It's already done. So I'm going to let that cook. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add our fettuccine or linguine, our linguine to our pasta water because it is boiling now. So we'll go ahead and add that in. Alright, so we'll go ahead and add all this in. Alright, and now we're going to wait till it gets brown and then we'll get it out of this pan. But we're going to let it cook up really good first. Y'all can see it while it's cooking. Preheating. We're getting this meal good and ready. 30 minutes. I feel like that's not a long time, guys. Alright. So my oven is preheated. I'm going to go ahead and put in my garlic bread. I'm going to set it for about 10 minutes. Actually, I'm going to set it for 12 minutes on the garlic bread. My chicken is browning up really good. So as soon as it gets done, we're going to pull it off the heat. So we've made it to number 3, which is once the boiling water is ready, add your pasta. We're going to cook this for 9 to 11 minutes. It also says to take a half a cup of the water out of the pasta. So I'm going to go ahead and take a half a cup of pasta water and set it to the side because we're going to use that later. Then when I pull this chicken out, we'll be at step 4. There's only 5 steps, so we're almost done. So the chicken is almost done. The pasta's cooking, and we're almost to the end of this first recipe of Everyplate. I'll video each one and I'll play them for the next couple weeks so you'll know what each meal looks like that came from my box. And then if I get, you know, different boxes throughout, I'll try to do the same thing just to clue you guys in on what I'm getting and what they look like and, you know, what the portions are like. I feel like this is a really good portion for 4 people. I mean, it was 4 chicken breasts, it was 4 tomatoes, 2 packs of pasta. It was 8 ounces of pasta a piece, so that, you know, that's 16 ounces of pasta, which is plenty for 4 people. And then I just put a bread with it just to have something else. So, but my chicken is done, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it out of the pot or the pan, and I'll put it in the bowl. So we're just going to stick it in a bowl to the side, because the next step is making the sauce for this pasta. It smells really good, so I think it's going to taste good too. And you can do a bunch of variations on this recipe, honestly. It could be Cajun pasta if you didn't like Italian. I mean, do whatever. We have a restaurant here that's local that does a Cajun pasta, mugshots, and I love it. It's a Cajun with like Cajun seasoning, and the chicken was cooked in it, so it's really good. So I'm going to turn my heat down on my pan. And it says, meanwhile, melt 1 tablespoon of butter in the pan used for the chicken over medium to high heat. Add in the garlic until fragrant, which is like 30 seconds. Then stir in tomatoes. So let's get going with that. So 1 tablespoon. So 1. Got that. And we're going to stir in our garlic till it's fragrant, which won't be long because garlic doesn't take very long to get that way, especially cooking like this in that butter. Alright, we've got it over a medium heat because we don't want to burn that garlic. We want it to cook but not burn. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what it's looking like with the garlic in the pan. Alright, and it's already starting to smell really good. So, we're going to go ahead at this point and we're going to add in the tomatoes. And then now it says add 1/4 a cup of plain. Alright, so we're going to add that 1/4 a cup. And let that cook down. And this is when you kind of scrape that pan and get all of those little crusty bits of chicken off of the bottom of that, because that is your seasoning. That is the good stuff right there. All of that. So make sure you go around there and get all that stuff out. I'm going to stir my pasta because it is bubbling up a storm over here. It's not quite ready yet though. I still have some pieces in there that are kind of hard. Okay, so that's going to cook down. So we're going to add a good pinch of kosher salt. Bring this to a simmer. Stir occasionally until tomatoes are broken down and the liquid is mostly reduced. Okay, so we're just going to wait till these tomatoes kind of break down and make a sauce. So at this point, we're going to add our 2 little packages of cream cheese. These are 1 ounce packages, so it's 2 ounces of cream cheese. Go ahead and add those in now. Okay, and we'll stir that around. I'm going to turn my heat on low. And let that cook all the way. Alright, we've got that on low. We're just going to let it sit there. I'm going to stir this pasta. Okay, so I have that sauce thickening up. And I have my pasta is almost done. The bread is looking really good. It still has a few minutes on it. So what we're going to do next is number 5. So you'll see it just had 5 instructions. So we're down here. The last one says add drained pasta, chicken, and 1 tablespoon of butter to the pan. Toss until the butter is melted and everything is thoroughly coated in the sauce. 1 to 2 minutes. When needed, add splashes of the pasta water, season with salt and pepper, and divide the pasta into bowls and top with Parmesan cheese. So that's it. So we're going to drain this pasta in just a second. We're going to get our pasta all drained up. We'll go and take it and get it drained. Drained and ready. We're going to add that to this pan. So I'm going to get you guys where y'all can see what I'm doing. There you go. Alright, so we have this pan. And we'll turn it back on low. I had turned it off because it was getting too hot. Alright, so at this point we're going to go ahead and add in our pasta, our chicken, and get it going, okay? Take this one out. We'll add in this pasta a little bit at a time. Been added. We're just going to kind of mix all of this up in here. Now I'm going to get, it gave me 2 packs of Parmesan, so I'm going to go ahead and put 1 pack on here. And we'll kind of stir in some of that pasta water a little bit. I know that's not what it said, but the pan's hot, so that Parmesan is gonna melt and it'll become part of the sauce. So it'll be okay. It's all gonna taste the same. Okay. Alright, so now at this point we're gonna add our chicken back in. And I'll stir it around a little bit. That's our timer for our bread, which is perfect timing. It looks pretty good, guys. All that chicken incorporated in there. I think it's going to be amazing. Alright. Now we'll sprinkle with the rest of our Parmesan cheese. And that is a meal. Alright, let's get this bread out of this oven and get ready for a tasty. Bread is done. And put it beside there. We'll dip us up a little bit of this chicken. We'll move over to my counter and we'll do us a tasty real quick. Alright, you guys, I have it all plated up and ready for a tasty. So, tomato, let's see what it was called again. Tomato cream chicken linguine. Okay, here we go. Let's try it out. Everyplate, okay? So this is linguine, chicken, tomato, cream cheese, garlic, all the good stuff, right? Here we go. That's really good. I really like it. I really do. I don't know if y'all tried like that TikTok challenge with the feta and the tomatoes. It's kind of like that. It's really good. Really, really good. Super easy. Prep time, no time at all. Like literally cut a few things up, cook it in 30 minutes, and you are done. Super easy meal. I say that's an A+ for Everyplate this time. I really do. Everything was cold. The chicken was still frozen. Pork chops were still ice cold. All of the produce was cold. Everything was perfect. I didn't have anything missing. So I say it was an A+ for Everyplate. And they came on time, unlike HelloFresh. They did not come on time this last time. So we tried again. So we got Everyplate this time, and I feel like they did a really good job. So if you are interested in Everyplate, I will link that down in the description below. It'll have a referral code, and you can get some off of one of your boxes. Try it. You know, it wouldn't hurt just to try one box. Try it one time, and you can cancel it anytime. You don't have to keep doing it. It's a great alternative to not having to go to the grocery store all the time. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm so glad to get to do this with y'all today. It was fun opening the box and going through everything. I hope that this answered some of y'all's questions. For people who live out here where we live in Mississippi, it is super hot, and everybody was like, I'm scared that it'll get hot on my porch, or I'm scared that it won't be any good by the time it gets to me. I'm here to tell you it was delivered on my porch at 2:45 because I watched them ring my doorbell. It was set on the porch at 2:45. I got home at 3:20. It was 90 degrees outside. It had been on that truck all day, and it was still ice in there. So I'm telling you, it's perfect. Whatever they're doing it right. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Share this episode with a friend, somebody that might be interested in Everyplate or making family meals. Thanks so much. I can't wait to see you guys on Sunday for something sweet. Bye.